to our new chat show, Loose Mystics. We're here to talk about different topics on a spiritual nature. And with me, I have the fabulous other girls with us. We've got Suzette, Carlyle, Thorley.
Hi, I'm on the panel this evening and every other evening along with the others. And we're here at the Mystic River Lounge, so with our coffees and our cookies, waiting to chat with you. So please share and please like, because the more likes, the more shares we get out there, the more we chat. So from my perspective, I'm a medium. I'm the other half of the Mystic and the Medium with Kate, so have a look when we're out there. So we've got something going on next year. I'm also CSNU within the Spiritualist National Union, so I work as the medium, and you'll see me in churches as well across the land.
Across the universe. We also have Mystic Mandy. We've got a giggle fit going on.
Which I'm totally not mystic.
But you are. You're a little bit psychic, because some of the things you've been saying lately have been coming true. So
yeah,
you're
but
a little
it's just
bit psychic.
for me. I'm mystic just for me. That's what it is. Yeah, I supply the shop with quite a lot of the stock.
All our lovely goodies.
Yep, and I just have a real deep interest in all things spiritual and just finding out about it, really. So I'm a bit of a lay person.
And Mandy also runs Lemon Jelly face painting. So if you want your face painted, if you want your children's face painted, Mandy is your go-girl. We also have Hayley Kenna.
Hi, I'm Hayley. I run the salon right opposite Katie. It's called Total Lurk.
So if you want your hair done,
yeah,
go and
you want to
see
look like a beautiful mystic?
Yeah.
I'll paint your face, you do the hair.
That'd be cool. My real interest in spirituality, I really do love colour. So I've been drawn to Aurosoma for years. My mum did it years ago, and I fell in love with it from a little girl. So that's what I tend to be really attracted, anything to do with colour, really.
And I'm Kate May, and I do predominantly tarot work. I've got the Mystic River Lounge coffee shop. I do 101 other things, but tonight we're just going to concentrate on the tarot stuff that we'll be doing later on. So throughout the evening, we will be picking people to do live readings on. Part of the format of the show is your participation. We do need you guys to chip in with your bits and pieces that you want to talk about, any questions that you want to ask us. The topics that we're going to talk about this evening, the first topic is on spiritual awareness, and then later on in the show we're going to talk about how the moon affects you. So if you've got any questions linked into that, any experiences that you've had that got you into your spiritual awakening, if something happened to you overnight or whether it was a gradual thing, let us know. And like I said, more participation, we will be able to pick some people. When I say we, I mean Richard, the producer, will be able to pick some people that we can read for within the show there. We do need all your likes and your hearts and your wows and your shares. So this is a new pilot show. So if you can share for us, that'd be great. If you can like, if you can wow, that'd be really good. And somewhere along the line, we will make Richard very happy, which will make us very happy. And then everything just works really well after that. So our first... we're going to do some hellos, apparently, first of all. Our first hello goes to Sam Morgan. Hello, Sam. Nice to see you. Lovely doggy picture that you've got there. Hi, love the butterflies. Thank you very much. Chris Morgan. Are you related? Don't know. Hello, Chris. Nice smiley picture of you there. Lindsay.
Yay,
Hello, Lindsay. Yeah, we have a familiar face. Hi. Hi. Evening, Peter. Do you know Peter?
I don't.
I'm just friendly.
Hello, Peter, anyway.
Hello, Jackie. Good evening to you. If you've got questions, please put them in, because otherwise it would get a bit boring with just us. Wendy, hello, Wendy. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget, guys, share, like, wow, do everything that we've been told to get you to do. Kathy, hello.
Hello, Kathy.
How are you? Thank you for joining us this evening.
I just want someone that I know.
I don't know anyone.
Hannah, Princess Hannah, hello. And Hannah, hello.
I think we're all good tonight.
I think we're all good.
Yeah.
It's
Very
down to you
good.
whether it's down to you guys whether we are good tonight. So if we're not good, you won't see us back again. If we are good, you'll see us back again. Emma, hello, Emma. You know someone now. Hey. We love our Emma. Thank you for joining us, Emma. Okay, so don't forget to follow, like, shares, and start a watch party. Send us your loves and your wows.
Wow.
So the first topic that we're going to... I'm rushing ahead here, and I've been pulled back. 15, yeah, okay.
So,
Please support us, become a patron on Spiritual Productions. Allow us to grow and provide you with free events, live readings and much more. So on this Spiritual Productions Facebook page, there are different events going on day and evenings, lots of different talks, lots of different free readings, lots of interesting topics from ghost hunts to all sorts really. So keep following the page, and if you would like to become a patron of it, then get in contact with Spiritual Productions. Tonight's topic, what's your views? Give us feedback and comments. Now, am I allowed to move on? Okay, so our first topic that we want some discussion with is about spiritual awareness. Back in the day, it wasn't, we were burnt back in the day, weren't we?
At the stake, like a witch.
So, and now it's becoming, or is it becoming a lot more open? It's becoming a lot more acceptable. We've got this coffee shop, the Mystic River Lounge, and we get a lot of people coming in we get a lot of older generation coming in who kept it secret for quite a long time, and now it's a lot more open. We get a lot of younger generation, really young generation it's open to them. It's not a hidden secret anymore. It's much more public. In the public eye, there's a lot more celebrities that talk about it now.
I think we can all say the diversity that's around us at the moment, and the social media platforms, anything out there just really puts this out globally. I don't think you can go to many countries where there isn't some form of spiritual practice that people aren't talking about. You were talking about your friends in Korea that are hopefully watching tonight. So, from our coffee shop here, we're going out globally to Korea through Spiritual Productions, and what Richard does is great and really homes in on so many different things to give that variety to people. And I think it is the accessibility, isn't it? And it's what people are allowed, and people have become more free in the world with their thoughts and their views.
Definitely.
You're on a high street. You're in Portsmouth, you're on a high street, you can get coffee and you can cake, and then you've got access to crystals and cards and books and readings and so much more, and it's here, on your doorstep. So
hello Val, hello Ruth. I'm just saying hello to some people. Carry on. Hi Paula.
So
I think in some countries though, like in Asia, it's always been acceptable. They've always had shamans, they've always consulted and been much more open to people, sort of not fortune telling. I don't want to use that word, but do you know what I mean? It's been more us that's been a little bit more reserved about that type of thing, and more Christianity and all that.
And the control, certain controls. But I remember when Hayley and I, we were little. We met when we were like 8.
Yeah, really.
And
young.
we would walk home from school.
That's a long time ago.
I know. Nearly
Not that long.
Nearly 4 years ago. We'd be walking home from school at the age of 8, 9, and talking about. Oh, we've got
technical issues. So
you can still hear us.
But you can't
We're going to carry on then.
Yeah.
So Hayley and I would walk home from school talking about God, talking about anything to do with spiritual, but not realising. Yeah. Then at the end of the conversation, we'd be like, and it was God that made us talk about that.
Can you believe that?
Yeah, and even it was for an 8, 9-year-old, it wasn't common, but we used to fill us with a real buzz.
Even as a little girl, I used to say to Mum, can't help losing my temper, God makes me.
Yeah.
Because you've had that, you're trying to find out about yourself.
We had our mums were both into it, and we've been into it from such a young age.
I don't know whether I was lucky, but I don't know about you, but I never would tell people when I was younger what my mum did. Because I would think to myself, oh my God, they're going to think my mum's a weirdo. She is a little bit, but but I would be really fearful of the ridicule. And I had a friend that was open about her mum who was into it, and she was ridiculed for it. Where now I'm proud, and my child will go about, and my daughter will, she's sharing it, and she's proud of what we all do. I wanted to do it, and I was proud, but I actually was really embarrassed.
I had absolutely no connection and no idea whatsoever about anything to do with spiritualism. I remember thinking things and then things happening after. I was praying for things to happen, and then they would happen. And so,
Yeah.
and
So
I thought,
you are a little bit
yeah,
psychic
but I
then.
thought it was God. I thought it was the same thing. I thought because I was praying to God and asking for it to happen, that He was kind of smiling on me and saying, "Okay," do you know what I mean? But I had no idea
Maybe it
anything
was.
spiritual. Well, maybe it was. Yeah, I'm not saying it was, but I suppose looking back now with hindsight, maybe that was a little bit.
Or you were more
of,
advanced, because aren't they saying now that, you know, the new God is, believing it's in us, He's in us.
It's
We
also-
are all
we are
God.
It's much
There you
more
go,
acceptable
Dave.
now.
We are all, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
we are all God.
We don't necessarily think of God as a man on a cloud anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
We know that there's a little bit
Yeah.
more to it than that, and
Yeah.
it's more like a God source, and that there's an energy forming from something. We don't know exactly what from, but from within. But it's not so much the man on the cloud that maybe we sort of thought back.
It's
But
definitely more
it's
acceptable
definitely
today,
much more
Definitely,
acceptable.
definitely.
without a
Definitely.
doubt.
Oh,
But I don't know
totally.
what's changed.
I think it's acceptable, but at the same time, being out there because of the media, so as much as it is more acceptable and it's lovely, but you are out there to be judged more. So it is, you know, in some ways you are brave when you're putting yourself out there, because actually, part
could
of
be
that
really-
you could
yeah, you could
can
get
be
ridiculed,
ridiculed
yeah.
in a
Yeah, but do you know
actually in a
what?
bigger way if you are.
But now also, though, human rights, and everybody understands that they have a right to believe what they want
Yeah,
to believe,
yeah.
and that actually you can't be ridiculed so much. Well, you can be, but
Yeah.
it's not the done thing to ridicule someone now
No,
for their beliefs,
no.
whereas 10 years
I
ago...
think publicly they don't like to, or people don't ridicule so much, but I think there is a certain amount. You'll always hear sort of somebody along the way saying, "Oh, don't believe in all that, do you? Don't believe in that." And you know, and you just think, well, it's kind of, it's my belief, so I'll look after that, I'll nurture it, and what you believe is for you, and what I believe is for me, and I don't have to stand there and say, well, you must believe this. And I think a lot of people
absolutely.
have adopted that
Yeah.
they're quite happy to sit in their own power of their own belief, and walk with that, instead of being there to
And
say,
not needing
well, this is the
acceptance
way,
from
and
everyone
there's no
else.
other
Yeah,
way.
that's
Not needing the acceptance from everyone else
And
that
in a
believe,
nice,
yeah,
and
in a
with
nice
the
way.
intent
Yeah.
of, it's fine that, you know, there's enough space in this universe for what everybody, what everybody believes, and we should treat that, or my thoughts are, I would always treat that with respect.
Absolutely.
What anybody believes.
Yeah.
What's
as long as there's good
annoying,
intent.
and Mandy, you touched on it before we went on air, is that it is about respect, and we have to respect other people's religion, point of view, which is
Yeah,
absolutely fine. But then we have been ridiculed, and they can sit there openly ridiculing spiritualism, and it's like, hold on a minute. I mean, you explained it.
It is, you know, people feel that it's okay to take the mick and to ridicule spiritualism, even though it is a religion and it's a set of beliefs. And if it were a religion by any other name, people wouldn't be so comfortable in actually being able to openly dismiss it and to. I mean, really, this guy that said something about a poster, he was like, really, oh, what a complete and utter load of rubbish. I mean, he really ripped into it. You know, like it wasn't just a, oh, I don't believe in any of that, you know. And I thought, well, if it was any other religion, you wouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
Or said that.
yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
I think when you look at spiritualism, we base that, and then our belief is that there is an afterlife, that life goes on after, and I think
Is there?
as well, that is my belief, and for a lot of people that might be a hard concept, of course, of whatever's happening in life, and I think that might be the hard concept for some people, and that has to come from either you're brought up with that, or you've looked at the spiritualist religion, or spiritualism as a religion, and you felt drawn to that and want to follow that, or you've had your own truth, because there was just a magazine out this month, and there was somebody, Vin Jones, had been interviewed, and he had never
I
believed
quite
in it.
fancy him.
Do you?
Yeah.
Thought you might.
No, not my cup of tea.
And
much
he'd
right.
Not
always
mine
said,
either.
that the afterlife was BS. I won't swear, although Vinny does like a little bit of a swear. And until something happened, and bless her, the evening that his Tony passed, there was something that happened that actually gave him his own proof that there is an afterlife. doesn't know what it is and didn't elaborate any more than that, or would he want to even go and find out about any more than that, but just that little bit was enough, and that was all that was written.
Sometimes it is, isn't it? It's something that happens in your life that makes you then question, well, where do people go when they die?
But do you know what, to be honest with you, a lot of things, for a lot of people, spiritualism has nothing to do with that, it's just having their cards read.
I've just got to say this, Sally Hunt there, we have a lot to thank our founders for like Helen Duncan, Emma Hardage Britton, who suffered for us to be where we are today. And Emma obviously gave us the 7 principles.
So a lot of people don't even know about that, do they? It's just having their fortune told, getting their cards read is what spiritualism is about to them.
Yeah, and it's not
it's not at all. The rest of it,
much more, much deeper
it's
than
very,
that.
It's quite complex, and you know, and Sally is right. There's you know, the pioneers of modern spiritualism have really paved the way for people to now walk a path without the fear and the ridicule that they had before, but there's still a lot of work to be done.
And one other comment there, Paula Connolly says, what makes me laugh is when you tell non-believers that you've been for a reading, and straight away they say, ooh, what did they tell you? And also you get it when you go out, when you're a medium, when you go out and people ask you what job you do. I've been in a nightclub 1 o'clock in the morning, whatever, and then they say, what do you do? And you tell them what you do, and they say, oh, can you give us a reading? And you're like, well, what do you do? Oh, I'm a plumber. Can you come round and fix the lift right now? I'm not working now.
My husband used to say, are you going to go and see the voodoo woman now? Right?
Yeah.
And I'll be like, it's not, don't call it that. And then I'll come back, did I get mentioned? Did you mention me?
Yeah, my husband calls it
They're not
voodoo.
interested, but they're interested. But I think sometimes they're not interested, and maybe it is a fear, but then when something happens to a loved one, they then have to think, well, where are they? Or maybe they want something.
Oh, is it ignorance?
They do have their own experience to open, and it opens them up to a lot more. The celebrity world now, with all the what do you call it, reality shows, it's on the Kardashians. They're always going to have readings done.
Are they?
But
I won't watch that out of principle.
But there's a lot more. It's a lot more open now. It is a lot more open. And the lady, I forget her name off the top of my head now, but she's still here. Her daughter died, Karen, and she does all the angels, and you know, has all the proof for the angel feathers, you know, and knows that there's afterlife. And actually that happened, you know, quite a few years ago, but Gloria spoke openly about it on television, in the radio, or on the media, and nobody really poo-pooed it. It was all like, actually, we can explore this a little bit more. So it opened up. I think spiritualism, psychic work is definitely a lot more acceptable.
It almost gives it an endorsement, doesn't it? Because it's coming from somebody that people see it's out there that's real. And the angel thing as well is there's Fern Britain was mentioned in this magazine that's out for sale, that's got spiritual things in. And her sister is a great believer. She was asked about angels, and she said her sister's a great believer in angels and the celestial realms. And I have a couple of really good friends, one of them over in Ireland, and she does a lot of angel work and a massive belief, and that is her belief, and she really does some great
can't not
stuff.
believe.
Yeah, but then
I find it more weirder not to believe.
Because you've experienced, because you've had experience, and actually, I respect people if they don't have an experience for themselves. Would you be gullible to just go, okay, fine? I prefer people to not be gullible enough to not wait and see, really.
Yeah, we've got a couple of questions. One just before this. One was, she said, forget her name now, Richard might be able to hold me to it. It may, she said about, is it because people are fearful if they dip their toe in, what they're going to find? Definitely, I think there's a massive fear base. Jacqueline, do you think it's because people are a little afraid when they dip their toe into it? I think there's
and there's often people that probably are really going, if they did, like, I've had people think, you're really psychic and you're really scared because actually you could go really...
Open it up.
Yeah, how far could it go?
And Emma's just asked what the 7 principles are. So we do have our SNU girl with us. I do know the brotherhood of God, brotherhood of man.
For want of not sitting here and
Preaching.
Preaching and reeling them all off, Emma.
That's number 7. I'm doing it in order. He's
given Richard's.
Yeah.
No, I know
that's
that.
not in the
So I
right
have to do
order.
that on my assessment course.
But do you want to share what it is so that they can know the 7 principles? Just that
If you want to look at the 7 principles, and
I
I'm
think
really
just
going to
the
push
actual
you.
what they are, not actually in depth, just what
Yeah,
run
but
through what they are. So
but
the
what
brotherhood of the fatherhood of God, brotherhood
Brotherhood
of man,
It got
the ministry of angels,
no,
brotherhood of man, personal responsibility,
temptations and retribution hereafter for all the good and evil deeds
done on earth, continuous existence
of the
of
the spirit soul, and the communion spirit and the ministry of angels, and
eternal
eternal
progress.
progress open for every human soul.
yes. There you
But
go.
we talk. Well,
What I'm just going to say to Emma, so they're there, but I'd encourage you to just go on the SNU website, and they're all listed there, but underneath them will give some real in-depth explanation, and that's kind of why I just didn't want to reel them off verbatim, to
Sorry.
be quite honest, just so that I could encourage you to go in and have a little bit of education from there, and really look at what they give you and how they underpin modern spiritualism.
We could go on to a whole new topic with
Yeah.
each every one.
Oh, but,
Because
yeah.
personal responsibility is my biggie.
Oh,
It is my
absolutely. Yeah,
biggie.
yeah, yeah.
It is like, people that that do things and then have cause and effect and don't take personal responsibility and blame everyone else. That's like, my
Absolutely.
biggie. But we won't go down that topic because
because I wanted to go back because
but there is a link that's just gone up for the
Yeah.
SNU, so thank
when you were
very
talking
much.
about like life after death and belief about life after death, and it's only when somebody that you love dies that you have this thing that you probably want to believe it. Again, I just wanted to point out that it's only really in the West that we don't have that belief, because most Eastern religions
absolutely.
believe in it, and
Behind,
and
aren't we?
every year on the anniversary they put out food and stuff, and
Yeah.
they believe like vehemently in all of that, and always have done. And it's only really since Christianity and the whatever religion sort of has taken over in the West that we have kind of lost that
I think
thing
we're
about having
behind,
ancestors
yeah.
and people living and afterlife.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And we're only just beginning to get back in
Yeah.
touch with it, I think.
Definitely.
I
mean,
had to
back
experience
in the day,
when
it
we
was normal, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Did
to-
you
to
find when
honour
you were
your
younger
ancestors?
though? Because the experience, a lot for me, what was normal was different for others. So I would be using language and talking, and like how I was taught is like, be careful what you say, because what you say you bring back to you, and
what karma going around comes
you know,
around.
and
Again,
it's just
karma's
bring
a
it back.
religion-
So I
Indian
sort of
religion
understood
thing,
that
isn't
as like what you do to others, it comes back, and love your body, be all like, be careful what you call your body, because what you come back. So when people would be looking at me, I'd be thinking, oh right, okay, and it was an unusual thing. People would be looking at me thinking, what is she going on about? Now everyone knows what I mean, or they're telling me, and they know what we mean. But because it was like, who are you praying? Who are you? It's my daughter. Hello, Charlotte.
Hello, Charlotte. Me and Papa. Hello, Dame.
But who are you praying to, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So is that a healing? You know, when people say like, they say about healing, have we not always done that? Even as Christians, you'd rub each other.
Yeah.
The first thing you do if your child's hurt is you rub them. You don't
Yeah.
go and get the tablet, do you? You give them. What are you
Yeah.
doing?
This
So are we
is
spiritual without being spiritual sometimes?
Yeah, probably.
But even
Is it
saying a
label?
prayer,
Yeah.
like counsellors will say that speaking
Yeah.
something out loud and saying it is kind of like a way of releasing it and letting it go. So saying a prayer about something, about what you've done and what you've done wrong.
Sam
is
Morgan,
like-
when you're psychic and go by your gut feeling, why do people think you should not
Shouldn't do what you've
shouldn't
been
do
told,
what you've
even
been
though it's
told,
wrong.
even though it's not wrong? I trust my gut instinct. When you're psychic and go by your gut feeling, why do people think? Well, I wouldn't really be bothered about what people think.
Faith never is.
I'm not.
You'll
no.
learn that.
Yeah, I'm not bothered about. I take personal responsibility. That's my thing. So my actions are all fine with me. So for you, Sam, if you're a psychic person and you're intuitive and your gut feeling's telling you to do something, if that feels right for you, do it. I always think if something feels right, do it. And if it goes wrong,
Careful,
Yeah.
unless you're a
No,
psychopath.
I do.
Unless you're a
I
psychopath.
do. No. Listen. Yeah, I think if it feels right, do it. And if it goes wrong, at least you know it felt right at the time.
And if other
That's what I think.
But
That's
part
my
of, even if
mantra.
it's your instinct, part of that person
You know what's right and what's
feeling
not right.
like it's wrong might be part of that journey.
Yeah, and who's
You
to
are
say what's
responsible
wrong?
for what they
Who's
think
to
or
say
feel.
what's
Yeah,
wrong? We've got,
exactly.
We have got, there is a few things that will tell us that what's wrong, won't they? So it's kind of like that
Hopefully.
whole, I think what you're
But
saying is
Mental
to check your
illness,
balance.
just do it. Do you know what I mean? It feels
Well,
right, so
no, but
kind
think,
of,
who's to say what's wrong and what's not? Because, 100 years ago or whenever it was, like we said, we would be burnt at the stake because this would have been seen wrong, and now
Yeah.
they know it's not.
Some
So
people,
who,
though-
who is the judge of
Some
what's
people
right
don't
and
have a
wrong? I
filter
think you
though,
need
do
to
they?
feel-
I don't think some people have that filter, and I think to just go doing what they feel is right for them isn't actually
And I think
always the best thing for
Yeah.
not everybody. You're good because you know deep down what's good and what's bad. You've got a really good foundation. Some people don't have that. Do you know what I mean? And they'll just go.
And not everyone's intention is good. Now I think that's fine if you know your intention is good.
Yeah, that's
trust
it.
your gut.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there, if your intention isn't a good thing, others might,
They
you know,
justify
you
it
just
by thinking it feels
And actually,
right,
there
you
are
know,
times when I've even got to check my instinct out, especially if I'm nervous or I am upset. I've got to check: is that my gut instinct, or is that my fear,
Yeah.
or is that so? Is it?
And you want it, what you
Yeah.
want
So I
really
have
is
to still
overtaking.
check myself out. I can't. You know, I trust my gut, but every now and then I think, is this my gut, or am I scared? Am I feeling nervous?
Or,
and I've
or
got.
do I just want it? Because sometimes
Yeah,
it's
and am I
want
being
it.
selfish, or am I?
We
Yeah.
were talking about that last night because I'd been with a couple of people that had been really anxious about things, done some, and by the end of the evening, I kind of probably picked up a bit on their energy, and it felt like when I have that sort of feeling when something's going on, but it wasn't, and I had to do that to separate what I picked up to what would be usually my gut feeling. So I think you're right. It's more and more now where some people are very open, and then we're very open, and we walk around very open. We take things on. Does that interfere with our own gut feeling about things? And is it right then just to do it? There's that check and balance, which I think you're on about. Is let's just check this out first, and what am I going to do based on my gut feeling? Is that
But I don't think some people don't, do they? Some people just don't think.
So don't forget, guys, there will be readings coming up tonight. So please like, share, comment. The people that are commenting, thank you very much for your comments. And you will be the one that will be picked out for an opportunity to get a reading from one of us. Maybe picked out.
Do you think as well, going back to
So
what
like, share, comment, and do the wow, and do your watch party,
Lots of hearts.
whatever it is that you need to
now
do.
I know
to
what
be
watch
able to-
party is, because I thought it was a watch party.
Like a watch party.
When I've been invited to watch parties, I have been thinking, what are they asking me to a watch party for? Loads of people. Now I'll be coming to your watch parties.
So we're
candle party.
We're going
I really did think that was
we're sort of halfway through now, so we're going to start talking about the next topic that we said that we would, which is about does the moon. So thank you guys for everybody that chipped in with that. We could carry on that conversation forever, and we probably will afterwards.
Well, it's us, Kate.
But if how do you feel that the moon affects you? So yesterday we had the full moon in Taurus. Now the full moon in Taurus, Hayley knows this is just as well, really, as well, don't you? The astrology it's Taurus rules the money, they rule your values, they rule your possessions and your home. So you might find that you've been thinking more about your finances, that you want to get things into order. Over this week, you might find that your emotions are a little bit more heightened, and with the opposing sun in Scorpio, you've got to get that balance of your emotions and being practical with the sun and the earth signs there. It would be comfortable for the earth signs, so Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn, we're all right. Yeah. You'd find it a bit easy. Scorpios and Cancers and Pisces, they're going to find it quite easy, or easier, should I say. But the other signs, it might find it a little bit more of a challenge. So the full moon, you know, people talk about going a little bit crazy at a full moon, or feeling extra sensitive at a full moon, or just feeling a little bit out of sorts. And depending on what the full moon or the new moon is in, so this, like I said, this time it was in Taurus, depending on what it's in, that is going to have a massive effect, whether it's going to be comfortable or not, or what area. So like I said, with Taurus, you'll be looking at your finances, probably, what your values are, getting things in order. It's a great time. Tauruses like to pamper themselves. They like the sensual things. So it's a good time to have a little bit of you time, spend time with Mother Earth as well. Yeah, plenty of cake. But also, actually, it does talk about looking at your diet and your lifestyle as well there. So
I think it's with the Scorpio in opposition, it's probably be looking at restrictions and things.
Pulling on the opposites there. So do you think that the moon does play a part to your behaviour? Do you feel a bit edgy when it's a new moon or a full moon? Do you realise what it is before you've got a new moon or full moon coming up? Do you start to prepare, or do you realise afterwards and think, oh God, why did I feel like that? And then all of a sudden realise that it was a full moon, and then think, oh, that's fine.
I'm on afterwards.
You're on afterwards.
Yeah. We had to, when I was doing the mentorship with Lovely and wonderful medium Mavis Patilla, and she said to us at the
Hail
time,
Mavis.
Yeah.
she said to us at the time, have a
There's
journal.
book there. A book
Was it?
there.
Yeah,
Mavis.
Droplets of God. Wonderful lady. And she said to us at the time, journal. Journal your
Yeah, I do that.
daily,
Yeah, definitely.
and be aware of
The moon phases, 100%.
and yeah, and I was quite new into it by then, so I just look up and think, oh well, it's a full moon. I'll draw a full moon, or I'll draw a little crescent moon, because I kind of really didn't have any in-depth knowledge of the moon, and didn't have any understanding. But I don't have really that much now, except that I know that the energy of it will affect. But it's fascinating because there's so many
I think it's
rituals
so,
around
yeah,
it.
I love it. I love the
And
moon
I love
energy.
watching the people on Facebook that do the rituals and do it. I don't myself get drawn to join in, but I do love what they do and how they use the energy of the moon.
I think
I
the
love
moon has
that.
a massive, massive
It always makes
influence.
me. I always do stupid things.
Yeah.
Like
Even more than
wow,
me, man.
wow, yeah. No, seriously. Like, but no, it seems to kind
it a
of.
full moon every day
No,
in your
it
life?
seems to unleash. Maybe that's what it is. It seems to unleash the kind of. I find it quite hard sometimes to say what I need to say if someone's annoying me. I just kind of like it, and then when I find out until afterwards that it's been a full moon, but then I'll just let rip. Do you know what I mean? And just chuck all my toys out the pram.
So let us know if the full moon affects you.
I-
Let us
Yeah.
know if it just
Yeah.
goes past and you don't.
And then I look, yeah.
So Chris Morgan, I feel anxious coming up to a full moon and get headaches. Yeah, headaches are really, really common. Colin had one this morning, I think it was, or was it yesterday? I can't remember now. But he didn't know why he didn't feel right, and then he realised it was the full moon. So, yeah, what star sign are you, Chris?
about to say.
Be interesting to see what star sign
It's supposed to be a
you are.
feminine energy, isn't it? The moon.
The moon, feeling so emotional, lots
Lots
of
of
chocolate.
chocolate.
Yeah, that would be
Lately,
it.
lots going on, very...
Yeah.
We're into chocolate. Lately, lots going on, very confused, never felt like this before, normally a strong woman. What if you're going to put in your star sign and let's have a little look to see what you are.
I have a strong feeling about this, and this is only my feeling. I think this moon is very about the woman energy, the strong woman energy. And for my feeling, I do think it's strong women, you know, those that are trying to get out there and feel it. It's time to listen to your feelings, and you're allowed to
Honour
not be
them.
strong all the time. You're allowed to sometimes cry and
With a-
get it
love
wrong
that.
and
Stupid things.
do stupid things.
So
you know.
Rivers, I'm badly affected by the moon phases. I'm an Aries. So this particular
I'm an
one, Hayley's
Aries too.
This particular one might have been a little bit uncomfortable for you
Yeah.
because you're not a water sign or a earth sign. You're a fire sign.
Be interesting to know what your actual moon sign is.
I was quite calm this time, but normally, and it's not until I
You-
look
it
back
would
and
be calm.
realise
Yeah.
that it's been
Chris
the
is
moon that's
Libra.
made me
Libra.
feel
You're
really.
a Libra,
Oh, so
so
she's
air sign.
Taurus,
air sign.
Venus.
So again, yeah, you'd have the Taurus Venus link in there, but you still might find it a little bit challenging because you wouldn't be an earth sign there. But it would be. I found it easy this one. It would be.
I did say to
comfortable
one of
for
my
us.
pen friends said to me that, like in the olden days, they used to reduce the sentence of crimes committed when there was a full moon or a new moon,
Yeah.
because they said it would
Yeah.
drive people a
if
bit
you're
crazy.
a Libra,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
very balanced. You like justice. You like. Although you can give a good argument, and you would stick up for the underdog.
Aries.
You do like quite harmonious things, and you do like balance. So anything that's going to make you feel out of balance, you're really not going to feel yourself there as a Libra.
Do you think as well of her Libra in her moon as well? It might even be about your struggles might be about like there's two sides, two decisions. It's like there's two
Weighing
special
up
paths.
things.
So that might be where that anxiousness is coming, and might be around having two paths that you're trying to lead and weighing things up and balancing things, and it might be an emotional decisions that you're having to make.
Julie's in
Okay.
Aries.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, the Aries wouldn't have found this moon particularly comfortable. But what other sort of symptoms do you find that you get a little bit edgy, a bit anxious around the full moon, or even a new moon?
I was going
Do
to
you
say, is
find
it
when
full
it's-
moon or
how
new
is
It's
moon?
a full
Is-
moon now.
Yeah,
so
but which
full
one is
moon-
supposed to have more of an effect? Is it
I find
The
both,
full
but
moon
the
is meant to
full
be
moon
the
is much more
madness a little bit, isn't
emotional,
it?
A lot more emotional when things come
it
to
the werewolf?
to
Because
light.
they used to have the
Is
old
it
werewolf,
because
that was
it's
that
gone
full moon.
through, like,
Do you want-
a whole phase, it's gone and
Yeah.
it's collated
It's full.
energy.
To me, it's like it's the
It's-
full intensity. That's
Yeah.
how I
Yeah,
see it. So
yeah.
the beginning's like here's what's coming, and by the time it's like the intensity of it.
Does anyone do anything crazy on a full moon?
I do.
Run around the garden naked.
Yeah, anyone blame?
If I'm going to have a row, our family would try and get away from me most full moon.
When I left my husband, that turned out to be the full moon in Taurus.
Really?
Yeah, in Taurus, and Taurus is in my 4th house, which is home and
How would
family.
Charlotte
Weird,
was
isn't
born
it?
on a full moon, and
I'm a Cancerian, and
everyone
I've never noticed how I feel with a full moon, but I will be taking notice in future. Now that's
be really interesting because she's
if
Cancer.
you're Cancerian, because obviously Cancerians are ruled by the moon, so that's really interesting. So Paula, if you keep a diary of your emotions, headaches or your mood, particularly when there's a full moon, it's usually full moon and 2 weeks later the new moon. Keep a little diary of it and pay attention, because you should, I don't know if you're sensitive, if you're psychic yourself, but you should definitely feel it, definitely. Cancer feel more inspired, this film one, but also emotional, emotional very much, but good, more inspired. So it's going to feel comfortable for you because you're a water sign, so you will feel. So we're going to say hello to a few people. Say hello to Zoe there, hello to Sandra. Yes, we are still live. We've been on, goodness knows how long we've been on, but we are still alive. Very much alive and kicking.
Yeah.
We are. So keep sharing, keep heart, all of that, please. And
hey! Oh, Marco, see, that's one of my favourite
Is
friends.
that one of
Yes.
yours?
Yeah.
The full moon is a symbol of abundance and prosperity. Sorry, my bad English. No, we got that
Yeah, we
totally
did.
there.
Hey.
Yeah, a symbol of abundance and prosperity. Different cultures may have different meanings of it, absolutely.
They have, in China, they have the Lantern Festival, which celebrates the moon. So I think globally, again, in different
It's important.
cultures, it's massively important because
I think
really
it's hugely
it's been
important.
I
around
do.
since the beginning of time, hasn't it? The moon
Really?
is so the Earth.
No, really? I've never
Maybe
noticed
after-
it before.
It's a bad night, I don't see it.
Mandy.
What?
Her husband, is it a Chinese or a kebab?
Kebab. No, actually no.
So
Chinese,
we are going to
Chinese.
do.
Chinese.
We are going to be doing some live readings, so please come and ask some questions so that we can pick a few people to give us, so that we can do some readings. So what questions would you like to ask? Do you want to ask us any moon questions? Do you want to ask us... do you want to ask us any questions on your spiritual journey, spiritual awakening? Do you feel that it is much more acceptable? Are you happy to be talking openly and freely about your spiritual path, or do you still keep it a little bit hidden? Let us know.
Do you
Please
go
don't forget to
crazy?
follow, like, share, start a watch party, and send us your loves and your wows. Thank you. So we're just waiting for...
Or do you think it's all a load of rubbish?
do you,
No, I
do you-
don't know.
Is it a load of talk?
Some people might just think, no, that's got nothing to do with it. The moon's the moon, and
Yeah, and that's down to personal things.
'Cause it,
Like
you know,
I said, it's been
hormones
around
or
a
the
long
moon?
time.
Or do you think the moon is placed by ancient aliens?
yeah, like
I
the
mean,
Do you think
pyramids and
maybe
things.
10,000 years ago
Well, then
when
they
the
placed the
scriptures,
moon
the moon
there.
weren't there?
They put the moon
I was
there.
going to say,
Was
when
it- is
you
it made
have a
of
look
cheese?
at some of the Egyptian scriptures, they've made links to sort of pictures of what they can't describe as sort of man,
Planets.
because there are, and all the
I've been
planets.
inside
So
the Great Pyramid.
Have you?
I
Yeah,
always believed
it's
that
weird.
Would you
three
go on the
wise
moon?
men were if you go to Christmas,
No,
were
I
actually
wouldn't go to the
astrologers. Are we allowed to say that? No.
Do what?
I don't know if that's your...
No, the three wise men. If you people go, well, that's your belief.
That was a star.
No, but I'm saying if it is, even if it is, it's an exaggerated. I believe it's a story. It's an exaggerated story. But even if you are a Christian and you want to put a more fact, what I believed actually it probably isn't what they probably were following a star, and they are special children for a special child. He might have been a great healer, and they knew that was coming. It doesn't necessarily be, But actually, I do believe the three wise men were around, but not what
Do you
we.
think they were women or when, really?
Probably
Women,
women.
really.
Probably women. Probably women.
Extremely tired. This full moon, Sagittarius. Again, you're a fire sign, so it would find a little bit difficult. And tiredness would be something within the full moon, because things are coming to fruition now. Things are coming to the fullness, really. Things start to calm down after a few days, doesn't it? It takes comes to the peak yesterday, then things start to calm down. Isn't this full moon you ask the universe for help with relationships? Well, it's to do with Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Venus, so you could do, to be honest, you can ask the universe at any time to help with relationships. So if you're feeling drawn, Sandra, to ask for help with with your relationships, then yeah, definitely go for it. There,
I always sleep
it is
badly
connected
in a
to
full moon.
Venus, so you
Yeah,
could
I
have that
do.
element of
sleep
Yeah,
badly.
relationship.
Always have a bad
Yeah.
night's sleep for the few nights around the new moon
Yeah.
and stuff.
Got another one, Paula. I'm really interested in getting into spirituality, but I'm a bit scared, but find it truly fascinating. What are you scared of, Paula?
Your cats.
And kind of
Yeah,
Scary.
nothing scary.
which bit of spirituality, because it's like
Hello,
you're saying,
Derek.
there's so many different facets of it, so it's kind of what you're looking at, Paula, which part.
Do you think as well, though, sometimes, if I'll be honest, if, you know, it is important to choose where you're going, if you, especially you are at the beginning of your journey, it is important to find the correct guidance, maybe, and sincere guidance. I personally can see sometimes why people might be scared, because sometimes all what I'm
where do you
seeing
go?
in the spiritual world, sometimes I'm thinking, really, you know, what's going on? So I might be if I didn't know the truth behind it all.
Press, doesn't it, on the
Exactly.
TV, like we're having a seance
Yeah,
and it's always
yeah.
a fake saw and it's always bad.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. It's
Well, it's like in other
most-
religions, it's just
If
people,
you
but
don't know anything, it can be really
And I guess
really
with
scary
Hollywood
out
and
there.
all the scary, you know, the ghosts coming to
Well, so
attack
we're talking
you at night
ghosts,
and
aren't we? And people
da-da-da-da-da.
that have died contacting
know.
you, which is a little
Yeah,
bit unnerving.
it could be a bit
for, like,
scary,
some
but
people.
find your
Should I be
pathway. Find your pathway. Do it gentle. I mean, there's so many aspects to it, and you'll find that when you get on the journey, you'll start talking to somebody, and then they'll talk about something, and you'll follow that pathway. Then you'll go and follow that. And good thing is to join a little circle of some kind where you can have taste of things. Most circles do different divinations each week. So doing taste of things, so you might find you do the healing one week and you really like that, or you might find that you do psychometry and you really like that, or you might find you get into the cards or the mediumship. So have little tasters to take you down different pathways and see where you fit.
And Lorna, you seem to attract scary spirits. Should I be scared? The spirit world is never here to scare us. That is totally my beliefs. I'm only coming from what I believe is, you know, that isn't what they come back to do. So it might be the fact that the scary bit is it's because it's so unknown to you, and even happening at times when you're out your comfort zone. You know, the spirit world isn't there to scare us. And again, Kate's right. If you've got, you said gifts, go and find a circle. I mean, there's lots of great circles out there,
to be fair.
and have a look at it in that. But no, don't be scared.
Sometimes it'll be your fear that will be making it scared.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
for me, you know, the scary spirits thing is a little bit for me. But the fear that you project will definitely produce an energy, and that can probably be the more common thread to being scared than an actual spirit itself.
And do you
So
think
try
education,
not
when
to
you
be
learn
fear-
about it,
educate yourself.
if you educate yourself, when you
100%.
learn about it, nothing's, you know, it's a lot of things are scary until you know.
Yeah.
So once you
Yeah,
learn,
educate
you'll know how
yourself.
to control it. So if you do feel there's a scary spirit, I'm not sure if I believe, I'm not sure where, but you can then think, I know how to protect myself if a scary spirit's coming along.
Definitely.
And you keep yourself safe. It is important. It is important not to play with things. It is important to keep yourself safe from spirit, I believe, and not play around, personally.
Yeah. And Shelley,
So
hi Shelley, I'm studying under two spiritualist ministers, and this is truly the most amazing path. It is my pleasure to serve spirit. I love listening to you talk about this. Fantastic. Yeah, and it's really good to have different teachers as well. You learn so many things from different people, and we've all got our own opinion. And something that might sit right with me might not sit right with Suzette or with Hayley or with Mandy. So they have their own opinion on it. And you can take a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So it is good to have different teachers and get different styles, expand, learn as much as you can. I love the learning process.
And it's funny that this should come up. There was something that there was a spiritualist teacher, tutor from AFC I'd put out there a few days ago, and actually posing the question that the having different teachers and the different ways that they work, they were, and I'll degenderize them so people aren't known, so they were actually saying they didn't know if it was such a good thing anymore, that there is such a difference in the way that
The
teachers
teachings.
are teaching. And that was just their view. It had a lot of comments, and a lot of people joined in and agreed. I didn't read them all, so I don't know if there was any disagreement. But again, it's a view that's out there from an actual tutor. So
Does it not get to the fact when you hear something that's right,
Yeah.
you kind of are drawn to it? So
for
you hear a
me
few different
personally-
opinions and you go with the one that sits
For
with
me
you.
personally, I learned a lot from someone there, and then when things they started to talk about didn't resonate with me, I then went to somewhere else.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then when things didn't resonate, I went to somebody else, and then now I've found somebody that actually everything, maybe it's particular, everything resonates. So it's all, you know. But I wouldn't have learned. I may have, if I'd have seen her right at the beginning, I might have not needed to go to lots of different teachers. But I don't think it's a bad thing to try a few and to expand yourself. I get lots of messages via dreams, Zoe. I get lots of messages via dreams. Do you? I had some crazy dreams.
Yeah.
Are you seriously crazy dreams?
Kate puts so crazy.
I've nearly beat my husband up over dreams.
Honestly, Colin's I tell him in the morning, and then he's just like, what?
Again, it's having a look at what it is, because a lot of people say will be a download of the subconscious, so the brain actually needs to do that. And download and process it. But there are dreams that people have that are vividly real, and it's finding your own truth in it, Zoe, and having a look at where it fits in your life. So if it's absolutely crazy and there's so much craziness going on with it and you're riding the back of a hamster, something like that, well, you know what, you're not really going to be doing it. But if there has some real deep meaning in it and it really resonates with you, then look at it and see what it is.
If it's something's troubling you, I always feel, if you know when you wake up from a dream, you think, it's what I feel. It's something that I'm feeling, and I often think if it's what you're feeling, that's the energy to take on. And maybe it's something you're not listening to yourself when you're awake. So you need to sleep to just listen to that stuff. So look at that feeling, what you're after a dream more than anything.
Yeah, exactly that. I always wake up and go with how I feel, because I think all the books out there, they're so generalised. So it's really important how that dream made you feel. And I think after a period of time, you can teach yourself to feel.
I do a lot of lucid dreaming. I control my dreams a lot.
Just control freaks.
I wish I could do that. Can you teach us all that? Can you teach us all that?
I think you're unteachable in that.
I can still run.
We are going to do some live readings like we've promised. Hi Wendy.
Hello Wendy.
So those guys that have commented or that have asked a question, we've got a note of who you are. So should we do a few lives? Should we do a few readings now? You're all ready for some readings?
Do you want our Korean friend? Because he's like...
Yes, we will do Mandy's Korean friend, So we will pick some guys for you. So thank you for commenting, sharing, liking, wowing, everything you do. If you want to become a patron of Spiritual Productions, please get in contact and keep these sort of shows going. If you'd like to see us again and you don't want Richard to boot us off, then we'll only go and do it ourselves anyway. So, please, let us know that you like the show and that you want us to do it. Sorry, I completely... Sandra Robbins, Sandra Roberts. Oh, Sandra Roberts is a patron already, so you get priority, Sandra. So this means we must do you a reading. So if you let us know, Sandra, if you're still there, and then we can pull you a reading. Apparently you get 10 seconds. He's ever so strict. He's ever so strict. Follow all the rules there. You should, yeah. 2, 1. Is she still there? Sandra, are you there?
Anybody there?
Anybody there? We should
you should know that. You should just know that she's not there.
Okay, we don't know why it's quiet. And how can it be quiet when we've got Hayley on the panel?
Come on, really? I thought I've been quiet today. I thought I've been good.
Yes.
And I'll let everyone
Sandra's still
speak.
there. Okay, I'm going to pull a card for Sandra, and then we will have up on the screen who we're going to do next, hopefully, or somehow we will know who we're going to do next. After Sandra. So Sandra, you have the High Priestess card. I don't know where I'm showing that to, but hopefully you can see that there. Not the best picture there. The High Priestess, Sandra. So this is all about trusting your intuition. We've been speaking about all the spiritual pathways, and this card is exactly that. It's about following your gut feeling, looking out for all the little symbols, the little signs. You might even be looking for a psychic spiritual teacher, a mentor, somebody that you can go to learn from. You may even be that person yourself. You might find that you are already a spiritual tutor and very much in a position where you're helping others to develop themselves as well. But the meaning of the card is to meditate. The meaning of the card is that there's lots of new things coming around you, and you'll need to meditate and go within. So even though you could be searching around for the answers, you've got those answers within. So trust your gut feeling, follow what feels right for yourself, and look out for those little spiritual signs. You know, I love the little signs, the feathers, the butterflies, the robins, whatever it is that connects around you. I have coins as well, particular coins. So whatever it is that connects around yourself to do with a little symbol, a little sign, is all wrapped up in this card. A super spiritual card, super psychic card. So it's lovely that I've picked this card for you. Well done me, well done you there. Really good card. But you're on the, you know, if you are on the spiritual journey, you know, which you probably are, then this is right. It's definitely the right way, and you're probably going to do the teachings yourself if you've not done that already there. So trust your gut instinct. Know that you're on the right path. Follow your gut feeling and look out for the little signs there. And if you're not in a group or development, which I think you are, I feel that you probably are, then definitely get on that pathway, because yeah, it's there for you. So hopefully, Sandra, that makes sense. Yes, I'm feeling I'm getting more spiritual than now ever. Well, I would say keep your ears and eyes open for a circle. I don't know whereabouts you're based, Sandra. Obviously, we've got it here in Portsmouth. There's also one in Romsey with Suzette. Keep your ears and eyes open for spiritual circles wherever your area is. And I would say you've definitely got the ability to progress into that. I'm not a fan of having a gift. I'm more of a fan of having ability there. Yeah, that's right. I'm being like, I can't. I'm trying to work on the psychic vibe, and then I'm being told to move on.
I'm saying, I'm going to go on psychic because I'm getting
hopefully you can make sense of that. Definitely, it's a go for it on a spiritual part. Okay, the next one that Suzette's going to do is River Milton. I love that name.
Yeah. River. Well, that's the name of my little grandson, River. So,
and you don't look old enough.
I was suddenly thought I was psychic, getting annoyed.
I love that name. Face painting that keeps me looking like this. So let's have a look, River. What have we got for you?
Chisel it off later.
So, King of Wands. So for me, and I read these differently to Kate. So King of Wands there. Okay. So for me, this is somebody that's older, somebody that, and I'll intuitively read this. So somebody that's around you at the moment. And I want to say that there's certain control around actions here and ideas, and I want them to be having some control about ideas that you're having, and some influence also there. For me, the king is at the top, so this is somebody that's really worked their way up, so it's somebody worth listening to around you, but also for you here, this is about choosing to do something and having the trust in yourself to actually do it, because I know here that there's ideas, there's new ideas for you, but it's almost as if you don't want to go against whatever this person is advising you. And we go back to that bit about gut instinct, what do we feel is right for us here. But certainly it's a good card for you for your internal guidance, for your intuition. So listen to that, River, and really go with what it is. There's a bit of check and balance, as we said before there, before you do things. But there's new ideas there, and there's definitely a lot of growth that's coming around things here at the moment. And also I know I want to link with travel as well. For you, so there's either thoughts around it at the moment, or there's definitely a situation here where there's travel. So I don't know if you're trying to get your money back from something, which a lot of people are, but I know that there's this thought here around this at the moment for you.
Whoops, I pulled my ear thing out. Got excited. Let me hold on. Oh, I won't know where I'm going next. Okay, thank you, Suzette. Hopefully, River, that makes sense. Do you girls want to elaborate?
No, you can do the next one.
No.
Marco. Yeah. Marco, can you just confirm that you're still
Are you
with
happy
us?
if I did get anything we share
Please,
after?
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can, we'll have to be quick with it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Marco,
Right.
if you're there. So we're just going to, while we're waiting to see if Marco is still with us, we're going to just plug ourselves. So I'm Kate May, Modern Day Mystic. You can find me on YouTube under Kate May, Modern Day Mystic, funny enough, under Facebook on my group, and also just Mystic River Lounge for the shop that I work from. So if you want to book a reading, Skype, whatever, then you can get hold of me through that. The details are on the page, and obviously if you want to come into the coffee shop and have a little bit of cake and cup of tea, whatever you want to do, buy some goods. We've got
and then come over the road and have your hair done.
Go over the road to Hayley's and get your hair done.
Massage?
There. No. We've also got Suzette with Suzette in the medium, with the Mystic in the medium.
Yeah, so the other half, so two halves of it here. So look out on the Mystic and the medium. So we've got some demonstrations that are coming up for 2020. Also, and this is across the UK, so not just down in the south, so have a look at those. There's my page there, but also, so if you want to book a reading, but mostly I'll work it through the Mystic and the medium at the moment.
And Mandy, lemon jelly face painter of the year. She does a cracking face.
Oh, they are lovely.
They are good.
Really
they are very
nice.
good. Have a look on our Facebook page.
And even for adult painting, it's beautiful as well, isn't it? The adult for adults.
You've got your website up now.
Yeah.
Oh, what's it called?
lemonjellyfacepainting.com.
Okay. Yeah. And Hayley, if you want your hair done, if you want to look beautiful, total look, Facebook, total look, and
guaranteed to giggle.
Well, your hair.
Hopefully not your hair. Normally most people are laughing at me, doing something stupid.
Okay, do we have, so we're not too sure if, no. Oh. Let's pick someone else. Who else would like a little card reading? What you got for us?
Oh, the silent, the suspense.
Who gets it?
Cat Mahoney. Okay, Cat. Are you there? Are you there? Is anybody there? Do we do a bit of table tipping?
No.
I don't like that.
No, I'm not really into that.
Maybe they all got fed up whilst talking. I'm gone.
Paula Connolly, are you there? Are you there? Who would like a reading from us? You've got 10 seconds. He's ever so strict, this
Never
producer.
to be repeated offer.
Paula Connolly, you've been with us all the way through, so
Normally quite like to do 10 seconds.
Huh?
Quite like to do 10 seconds.
Miles bar.
What? Back to the 80s comments there.
No.
Paula,
yay.
yay, you're there, Paula Connolly. Okay, so let's see what mystical, magical card we have for you. Oh. It's the Fool, it's the new chapter card, Paula, new beginnings. So this would be about taking an element of a risk. You might not know where you're going, Paula, you might not know which direction you're heading into. And unfortunately, when you've just got one card, you can't see how it's going to pan out. But it's usually a favourable card, and the colours are lovely and bright. It talks about being a bit young, being a bit spontaneous. So this could be yourself also that needs a bit more fun in their life, that needs to be a bit more spontaneous and have a bit of fun. And it could indicate there's somebody around you, a young child or somebody who is a little bit more immature than yourself, where they've got new opportunities and taken a new step on around them. What's so funny about that?
No, it's me. It's me.
But it's a really good card, Paula, for you. It is a go for it card, really. New opportunities, new ventures, and thinking differently, thinking on your own. Maybe not following crowds or groups or organisations, but doing things on your own a bit more. You might find things coming quick around you. You might find that you've got a weekend going away that's not expected, that is all of a sudden. So unexpected things have changed, travel, venture, really, really positive card. And although you might not know, like I say, where you're heading, you've got everything that you need to go forward. It's
like
zero.
that leap of faith.
Leap of faith, yeah, taking a leap of faith. It's a zero, so it's the beginning of the deck. So it's talking about the beginning of a new chapter around yourself. You've had the world, you've had the completion, you've had the loose ends tied up. So now there's a chance for you to start all over again, to start taking a leap of faith and to start going into a new chapter, new ventures, venture into the unknown, and be quite childlike with it. Go into it with open eyes, go into it with a little bit of vulnerability there, but also excitement, and enjoy whatever the new things are coming up. So is this making sense, Paula? Just stick with the yes, don't worry if it don't.
Any type of yes will do.
I've still got a yes on the screen, but I've got a feeling that's 2 yes, she's still there. Yeah, I thought so.
Oh, you really are psychic, aren't you?
So quick hellos to people. Hello to Lindsay, hello to Wendy, Lauren, Jennifer, hello. Jan, hello. Heidi, hello. Dial, hello. Dan. Ruth, hello. Hey, Ruth. Oh, okay. So, Ruth, we're going to pick on you next, apparently. Suzette, do you want to have a play with my cards?
So I'll look. Oh, okay. So we have Queen of Wands.
Keep getting the court cards, don't you?
I do, yeah. So Queen of Wands. Again, I read these intuitively. So we have the King of Wands, and I feel this is a little bit like yourself at the moment, and you're quite comfortable sat in your own energy, and you're quite comfortable sat with what you have around you. It's, for me, this is about you. You've worked hard to get where you've got to, but it almost feels like there's just something missing here, and you're still looking. So there seems to be that there's this something missing, and you keep looking. I do feel that if you are connected with something around healing, but I'm also drawn to the crystals in front of me. So I don't know whether you do things with the crystals, but I'm certainly drawn to those around you there. But this is great for moving forward for me. This is about you taking stock, having a look around, seeing what's missing, and then going forward for it. So for you, Ruth, the Queen of Wands.
So thank you to Wendy, and hello to Wendy and your watch party. We can't see your... Oh, yeah, we don't see the comments in watch party, but thank you for sharing and opening up a watch party.
Oh, hello, Mum.
Hello to Cheryl. She's watching over the road. Hi to Lauren. Now, are we going to... Hi to Heidi. We're going to have a few more cards before we attack the biscuits.
Yeah, I keep looking at them.
I can smell them.
I can smell them.
Put them away from her. Wendy Jane, hello. How you doing?
Nice tattoo, Wendy.
Oh, that is the next reader. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Just thought we were being polite there. Hi, Wendy.
Hi, Wendy.
So please, can you give your feedback? If we've said the cards to you already, please can you let us know that we're on the right track there?
Or not.
Okay, real quick ones then. Wendy, this is a real quickie. We're just going to have some quickies now. You might find it's awkward because I do know Wendy. So Wendy, this is about being stuck. It's about having two choices around you at the moment and deciding, do you go that way or do you go that way? You might find that at the moment, Wendy, you need to pause, you need to chill out and not overthink things, not do things too rational, not make a decision that's going to make a big impact on your life until you've got all the facts, information. So you're a little bit blinded as to which direction to go with situations. There's definitely choices around you, Wendy, at the moment, and you're overthinking, too many thoughts going on in the mind that are causing a block there. So this card indicates just taking a bit of time out, stepping back, and just listening to your gut feeling, really, going into your intuition, and pausing for a moment while you work out really which way you want to go with the dilemma and choices and decisions that you've got, okay? Paula, thank you. Wow, that was spot on. You're welcome. Next, quickie. Hit 'em, Richard. Come on. Jan Jeffrey. Go on then, Jan. Go on then, Jan. Go on then, Suzette.
Okay, so 3 of Wands. And this for me.
Wendy.
Was it for Wendy?
No, carry on.
It's for Jan.
Yeah.
Wendy James.
Okay, so Jan. So for me, this is about looking overseas. I want to be having again thoughts of travel, but I want to keep my feet firmly on the ground. So it's almost as if there's a conversation, or you've been thinking of going somewhere, but you're not quite sure because of, sorry, I'm not. This is my lack of my lack of live readings. It's almost as if you're not sure where you're wanting to go, but also I want to be drawn to this in not only travel, but in a job. So it's almost as if you're looking to do something different and branch out, and you're not quite sure because it's something definitely new to you. And again, this is about looking at what is out there. So because he's looking at distant shores, this is for you. Look further than in front of you. So I'm just saying, have a look what's further.
Hello, Sam. I'd missed that. That's why I looked a bit puzzled. I couldn't hear what you said then. Hello, Sam. Jan, if you can let us know if that makes any sense, that'd be handy. Thank you. Who's Julie Wisdom? Julie, let's see what the magic cards have got for you. Oh, it's a gorgeous card. Happy ever after. Oh, look at that. Even the non-psychic.
We all know it's something to celebrate.
Yeah, it's a really lovely, lovely card. It's about happy ever after. There could be baby news. I don't want to freak you out if there's not. But there could be family news.
Good baby news.
Good, happy news. You could be getting engaged and getting married. It's a really happy, contented card. It is 10. So it's talking about a completion. It's talking about the emotional fulfillment, satisfaction within a situation around you, particularly on an emotional level. Happiness, if you're thinking, am I ever going to meet my Prince Charming or Princess Charming, whatever nowadays, and be happy ever after, then this card definitely indicates, yes, that you will be. It's attainment, it's completion, and it's saying that, you know, your hopes and dreams, everything is coming in good. There could be a house move coming up for you that would benefit you as well. If that's not now, that could be coming up a little bit later on, usually. But definitely a 10 with completion, happiness, fulfillment, emotional contentment, and very good. You know, we're not allowed to talk about health things. We're not doctors, so we have to be cautious and careful. But it's, let's say it's a vitality card there, okay? So it indicates that you're going to be feeling very positive and feeling that you've sort of, I don't know, what do you want to call it, a bit of a spring in your step there. Summertime would be particularly important. July, August time as well, and Russian would be particularly important for you. But happy families, good news, and things to celebrate soon, Julie. Loving that card. Next. Lindsay. Yes, please, guys. Suzette never had one of your readings.
Oh, okay, Lindsay. No, you haven't.
There you go. She's had one of mine. Okay. So, Lindsay, if... well, Suzette, rather, pick Lindsay.
Okay, so the 10 of Swords. Okay. And again, 10's about completion here. But I feel that with this card for you, Lindsay, there's been a lot of struggles that you've had to go through, and there's been a lot that you've had to battle. And I just feel that you're in a place now that you're almost seeing that there's the light at the end of the tunnel. Now, I do know you because you come to group, but I don't know lots about you there. But this is about, for me, this is about looking at all the hard work that's been done, but it's been so heavy and you felt really weighed down with it, and just watching what's going on around you.
Okay, so hopefully, Lindsay, that makes sense to you. Now, Janet has come back and said it's a little bit confusing, the interpretations. I'm just going to go over that quickly, if that's all right there, just because I can talk quickly, that's all. And we're kind of getting through as many as we can. So, Janet, I can't even remember what Suzette said there. I know you mentioned travel,
yeah, it's
didn't
about,
you?
Yeah, so for me, intuitively, I was looking at travel, but looking at something that they'd never been to. So there was an interpretation, and also around work or jobs, there was things new on the horizon. Don't look and keep it just in the forefront. Spread your vision wider than just at the front of your nose, so look further.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I share something? Because I was getting something all the time that was coming through. I was thinking in my mind, something was coming like, you really need to turn your back away from something now and like move on, like sort of let that go and take the next step and literally just let that chapter finish and just move forward.
Yeah, it's a really positive card, Janet, and it is similar, talking about something's worked, something's done really well for you, so you're now in a position to look forward, like the girls have said, to plan now, plan ahead, plan the next venture, plan the next step, but with a much more wider choice around you. So there could be travel opportunities coming up, it is a travel card, or it could be that you're expanding your horizons. But whatever it is, it's saying something's worked really well, so you're now ready for that next step. So turn your back on whatever it is that you've worked before, not saying it hasn't worked, this is saying that it has worked for you, but to go ahead knowing that you're in a good position, that you can plan and you can expand whatever it is that you're thinking of, that you're creative of, that you want to do, Jan. So hopefully that makes a little bit more sense for you, the way that we've worded that. So Lindsay, yes, all makes sense and the hard work has paid off and I'm enjoying everything. Fantastic. It's nice to see you live, ladies.
Oh, hi, Heather.
Hi, Heather. So thank you. Love watching this. Thank you, ladies. Yeah, keep saying that you like watching us and then we'll come back. You won't boot us off. So thanks, everybody, for participating and enjoying. And
hearts.
yeah, likes, what, hearts, follows, all the rest of it. And we're going to continue sharing it so that we do get the views on it. Oh, I've just had a little ping come up there. So please don't forget to subscribe to the Spiritual Productions show. And also our own pages, so Total Look, Lemon Jelly, Mystic and the Medium, and Kate May. And if you would like the show to continue, I'm being asked to ask you if you would like the show to continue. So yeah, let Richard know, let us know that if you liked what we had. We will be picking a different topic each time. So you know what we spoke about tonight. If there's a particular topic that you want us to discuss, you can let us know and we can make sure that we're fully aware of it, so we can do that for you. We do like to bring in a little bit of fun for it as well, so hopefully it hasn't been too boring and we've kept it nice and uplifted. Don't forget, if you want to become a patron on Spiritual Productions, allowing everyone to be able to grow and for Richard and the team to expand to even more people, please support them and contact them for live readings. Now their next show is on tomorrow night with Polly. Oh, it's a Polly Dollies. Our Polly doing a live trance tomorrow night at what time? 8 o'clock. So stay tuned tomorrow evening to watch Polly. Saturday night there is a live paranormal investigation with Sally and Bob Hunt, so check out them as well. And I'm being told more things on our Monday. Matt. Spiritual guidance and readings on Monday with Kirsty and Matt. And then in our own stuff, next weekend, if you're interested, if you're local to Portsmouth or you want to travel, we've got Colin Flaherty, my man, doing a mediumship demonstration Friday night. We've got Saturday Mind Body Spirit Fair in Cosham at Cosham Community Centre, 10 till 3. Lots of goodies are on offer. Great time to get your Christmas prezzies. There will be free talks and free demonstrations.
Come and get your hair done first.
And on the Sunday I have a beginner's psychic development workshop. So if you want to know any more about that, then please get into contact with us. Any other questions? Yeah.
And I'm live Wednesday night with Jackie White's
lovely
Positive Living.
Live?
Yeah, live.
Wow.
Live not live on here, live at the Atherley Bowling Club. So have a look at Jackie